So I just want to do a quick trade review on a trade that I took on micro Nasdaq futures. What I saw in the equities market, what I saw in the futures market, and what I saw on bookmap for me to put on the trade. So with that said, I'm going to pull up those pictures and I will walk through what I saw and how you can use this information to better your trading as well. So this was a trade that I took on Nasdaq. If we pay attention to this middle chart right here, this was a 1 hour demand. I took the market long inside of this wick, and I targeted 13,600 and 13,630. I'm going to talk about why I chose to take the market long out of this demand based off the equities. So these are the 5 equities that I watch on a daily basis. I watch Apple, Tesla, Microsoft, Amazon, and Google. So at the time of Nasdaq coming into demand, Apple was coming into demand, Tesla was in an area of buyers. I did not want to classify it as demand, but I did want to chart it out on the zone as an area of where buyers have shown presence in the market. Microsoft also came into a 45-minute demand zone. Amazon missed demand by a little bit, and then Google was also inside a 45-minute demand zone. As well, this is ES over here on the side. ES also came into a 90-minute demand zone. So with all that information put together, when I look to put on a trade, I want to see the overall market, the things that I watch line up in demand or supply for me to take a high quality trade out of. And then I'm going to head over to bookmap and show you guys what made me get into the trade, and then the first target that I chose, which was 13,600. So over here on bookmap, this is where the NQ demand was in this area. You can see Nasdaq came down, we got buying pressure, market then pushes up out of it from this buying pressure coming in. We then pull back, put in a higher low, and I was watching for price to get above this micro resistance at 13,546 ish. So if I play bookmap here, you can sort of see when I got in. I'm going to up this by 2 times here. So we start pushing up towards this level. You see we're starting to get strong buying coming in, and then once we get up into that micro resistance right there is when I got in long. I got in long here because sellers have proved themselves, so if buyers can get back above them cleanly without getting absorbed, then I was in the trade long. Stop loss below this low or below this sort of liquidity order right here. And the reason I chose 13,600 as a target, if you can see right here, first target right here was 13,600. If I pull a bookmap here, you can see 13,600 was this kind of just random liquidity order on the ask is on the ask. So someone is looking to either sell to open or sell to close 63 contracts or lots of Nasdaq, and liquidity orders will tend, especially big ones like this, will tend to act as a magnet on price if buyers or sellers want to get to it. So that was the first order right there, and then, or that was the first target right there, and then the second target was just because of this pre-market low sort of support possibly turn into resistance. You can see here on this wick, we tested that level and then sold off. Usually when I trade supply and demand, usually I target the other supply zone or the other demand zone for short or for long. The reason I chose a little bit different targets for this trade was because we had already sold off quite a bit in the morning, and sellers at that point had shown their strength in the market. So I was not too confident in expecting price to come back up to high of day. In this case, in this trade, it did. It actually went past the 75-minute supply zone before pulling back and closing somewhere up here end of day. So that's pretty much the trade recap for August 17th. I think I made about $263 on this trade. Definitely could have made more, but I was not confident in holding this for an all-day sort of move, especially since we had this huge sell-off in the morning. So once again, the reason I took the market long here at demand was Apple, Tesla, Microsoft, Google, and ES were all inside demand, as well as Nasdaq hitting demand at the same time. And then the reason I got in was because we put in this higher low and we broke micro resistance on bookmap with strong buying to keep price moving forward. And as well, if you guys have paid attention to the market's been uptrending on the daily. We haven't seen moves to the upside this in a while. We don't know if it's going to keep going or if this is just some sort of relief bounce before another leg down, breaking the lows for the last 52 weeks. I don't know. But thank you guys for showing up for the trade recap. If you have any questions about what I'm doing, or if there's something I need to explain a little bit more, just let me know in the comments. I would appreciate if you guys were to like and subscribe. I plan on doing these every time I place a trade, win or lose. I don't trade that often. Usually it's 2 or 3 times a week, because these sort of things don't happen every day, which makes it an edge in my opinion. So with that said, thank you guys for stopping in, and I'll see you guys in the next recap.